Glory to Jesus Christ.
Glory to him forever.
We're all called to enter into the kingdom of heaven. We're all called to enter into God's holy place. I'm told that Saint Charbel, the famous and very holy hermit of Lebanon, of the Maronite rite, he's reputed to have said a lot of different things, but he never wrote anything down. The only thing that we know for certainty that he said was when his mum tried to visit him, and he said, "I can't see you now, but I will see you in heaven. I will see you in heaven." And one of the things that we celebrate in this feast day tonight is that we will all see each other in heaven. Not only at the end of our lives, but also right now. We are all entering into God's holy place. I just read prayers standing before the royal doors here about how angels enter in with us. They worship with us and enter in with us. If only we could see them. If only we had half of an idea of what's going on around us as we come together and worship together. The letter to the Hebrews says, "What you have come to is Mount Zion and the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, to an innumerable company of angels, to the festal gathering and the church of the firstborn who are registered in heaven." So tonight, in fact, just as every time when we come before the throne of God, when we come to divine liturgy, we are entering into the kingdom of heaven. We are entering into God's holy place. But also, of course, one day we will all, with each other, enter into the holy place and never ever leave it. And that is something that we look forward to tonight. And of course, we've just sung, today is the prelude of God's benevolence. Like I said on Sunday, that means Christmas is on its way. Christmas is on its way because the Holy Theotokos is already preparing herself to be a temple, to be a living temple. Now, Schmemann said that the Holy Theotokos is not so much the great exception, she's something different, she's something unique. And yes, she is. But it's not so much that she is the great exception, but she's the great example. She's the great example for what you and me are called to do and what you and I are called to be. And one day we're called to enter in there with her. We're called to enter into her with her. We heard from the letter of the Hebrews tonight about in the Old Covenant, only the high priest could go into the Holy of Holies. And that only once a year. But the Virgin goes in. And the Virgin invites all of us to enter in there with her. Again, as I said on Sunday, today in Matins, the church begins to sing its Christmas hymns. And if you are celebrating a very full version of Matins, there are actually two canons. There's the canon sung for the feast day today, but also you sing the canon of the Nativity. So, I think the church wants us to hear these prayers today, so I'm going to read just a few of them to get us in the Christmas spirit, to prepare us to enter into the temple of the Nativity. Christ is born, let us glorify him. Christ comes down from heaven, let us go out to meet him. Christ lives on earth, let us exult in joy. All you faithful, sing to the Lord, for he has been glorified. To Christ our God, who is the only begotten Son of the Father from before all ages, and in these latter times has become flesh of the Virgin without seed. Let us cry aloud, you are our strength. Glory to you, O Lord. Oh, I could go on all night. But Christmas is just round the corner. So let us continue to prepare ourselves to enter in. There's so many different ways that God calls us to leave aside the household chores, like Martha and Mary, and enter in. And I'm guessing you've all done that this evening. You've all laid aside something less important to be here, to enter into the temple with the Blessed Mother of God. And we always have an opportunity. That's the grace that we have as Christians. At any time, we can choose to enter into the holy place, to sit or kneel or even lie down in worship and enter into fellowship with God. The door is open. The veil is torn in two. As the letter to the Hebrews says, let us approach with confidence the throne of grace, that we may find mercy and help in time of need. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. That door is always open for us, wherever we are, whatever's going on. The invitation is, well, never mind that. You enter in. Let us do that. Let us prepare ourselves to enter in at the Feast of the Nativity. Again, I want to suggest this book, The Winter Pascha by Father Thomas Hopko. And there's a series on YouTube from an Orthodox church as they meditate on the different chapters of this book, as this goes through all the days of our fast, as we prepare ourselves to celebrate the Nativity. So let us always remember that the door is open for you and for me to enter in, even to God's holiest place, because of what Jesus has done, and that there in God's holy place we may find grace and help. Glory to Jesus Christ.